What's going on, everyone? My name is Andrew. Welcome back to a brand new exciting video. If you guys are a consistent viewer of this channel, you guys might notice that I upload on a pretty regular schedule. And I know a lot of people out there want to upload more, they want to make more videos, but they just don't know how. So in this video, we're talking about a way to instantaneously upload more videos on YouTube and keep a consistent schedule. One of the biggest keys to this is having a solid editing workflow. I've never gone over my workflow for editing videos or anything like that, so that's what we're gonna be covering today, how I edit my YouTube videos. That being said, guys, if you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and let's jump into the video. Now, the first place where all these videos start is just on the SD card, and I actually just got a new SD card case. This is the Slate from PolarPro. Listen to this. You guys can hear it. It's a rock solid case right there. I'm gonna pop it open right now. If you guys check that out, you can see it's got all these different spots for micro SD cards and SD cards. It can hold 8 SD cards and 16 micro SD cards. It's lightweight, it's super durable, which is like the key because these things are so important. You've got to keep your SD cards safe. They're so important, and if they get corrupted or damaged or anything like that, it's just the worst. So if you guys want to check out this case, I will link it down below. But like I was saying, all videos start off just on the SD card, importing the footage into the computer, and then heading into Premiere Pro. So now we're on the computer and we're inside trusty Adobe Premiere Pro, and the first thing I do when I'm starting off one of my videos is I head over to the project panel and I create my first folder. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is create my folder tree. I don't know if that's the proper name, it probably isn't, but it's just a reference to all the different folders that I'm gonna make for this video. Since the video we're gonna be editing today is a tutorial, I'm gonna make one folder called talking. Obviously that's not the most technical term, but it makes the most sense to me. It's just what this shot is right here. It's the A roll, and then after that I'm gonna make a screen recording folder, and then the last folder I'm gonna make is the B-roll folder. The next folder I'm gonna make is the sound folder, and here I'm gonna make another talking folder, and this is just where I'm gonna put the audio that's coming in from my microphone. After that I'm gonna make a music folder, and the last one is just a sound effects subfolder. The next overarching one I'm gonna make is an AE files folder. Whenever I replace files with an After Effects composition, it creates that composition inside of the project panel, and I just like to keep those sort of organized and condensed. And the very last one I'm gonna make is a sequence / nest folder. So this is where I'm going to keep all my sequences, and my nests, just all those little green files that you might see up there. So now we've got a solid base for our files, and I'm going to go ahead and start importing some footage. So I went ahead and just imported some footage from my editing your videos video. Here's the base clip, but now we're moving into step 2 of the process, which is the rough cut. Now I'm not going to lie to you, not going to sugarcoat it. The rough cut is the worst part of filmmaking ever, at least for editing. I mean, the rough cut is just the worst. It's boring, it's just kind of grunt work, but it's got to be done. It's important, so that's what we're going to be covering now. For my rough cut, I just drag in my footage all the way into the timeline. Now normally the next thing that I do is I'd import my audio file from my mic and drag it under and sync it up with that video, but your boy actually deleted that audio file, at least I'm pretty sure. So we're not going to do that. So just imagine that I'm dragging in an audio file, dropping it there, and syncing it up. Can you guys hear that? It's so synced up. The next thing I would go ahead and do is I'd go through and I would just start cutting up my selects, taking the parts of the footage that I want and chopping it up like a samurai until I've got a video that I like. And now I'm just gonna start deleting stuff. Boom, 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 boom. And there we go. The quickest rough cut ever. You're welcome. Yeah, so there we go. Now we've got our beautiful rough cut going on right here. And that's about it. So that's all I do for the rough cut. After this, now this is a critical part. This is the part that you don't want to miss. After you've done the rough cut, you want to sit back and take a break. I'm not even joking, I always take a break between the rough cut and the actual editing process of the video. The reason being, this real reason, is because generally rough cuts and the editing process are two very different things. The rough cut is sort of just manual labor, you're just trying to get through things, whereas the actual editing process, adding music and everything like that, that's where the creative side starts to come into play. To get that creative ball rolling, I just have to step away from the computer for a bit. Not too long, I'm not saying like take a day off, I'm saying like 15 minutes, maybe 20, grab something to eat, watch something on Netflix, just chillax for a minute, because when we come back, we're gonna have to do some creative thinking. Now, one of my favorite parts about videos is finding music for them. I love just finding that song that perfectly matches just the vibe of the video. Now, all the songs that you guys have heard in this video right now have been from Epidemic Sounds, and I'm actually gonna use a song from Epidemic for this video as well. Now, one of my favorite genres for these videos is the old school hip hop. I just like those smooth, kind of jazzy sounds, so I'll sort of go through these and find one that I like. Alright, so Saki was vibing with that one. We're gonna go ahead and download it, and I'm gonna drag that right on inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, one tool I use quite frequently for my videos is a tool inside of Adobe Audition, which is either to make songs longer or shorter. So I'm gonna go ahead and right click, hit edit clip in Adobe Audition. I'll insert this into a multi-track. I'm gonna go over to properties, remix, enable remix. And now I'll just change the length of the song to about 1 minute and 14 seconds. And there you go. Such a useful function, so I thought I'd throw that into this video. I'm gonna go ahead and mix down the time selection. I go ahead and drag that back into the timeline, and there you guys can see now I've got this nice mixed down video. So the first step was to do a rough cut. The second step is to add your music, and now the next thing that I do, and one of the most important things of my entire editing process, is I edit the beginning. I do this for a lot of reasons, but I specifically focus on making the beginning of my videos really entertaining. The beginning is the most important part. I'm trying to hook you guys into the video and say this is an entertaining video, you guys want to watch this video. I start right clicking on clips, replacing them with After Effects compositions. I'll add in sound effects, risers, I'll change up the music, cut the music, stop the music, whatever I have to do to try to keep the intros as interesting as possible. Obviously, I try to make the whole video as interesting as possible, but I definitely put an emphasis on the beginning of the video. So once I'm inside of After Effects, I start messing around with some different presets and animations and things like that. We'll go ahead and make a simple animation for this. Let's say subscribe. One of the most common animations that I'll do in my videos is I'll just scale text up really smoothly. So I just made a couple keyframes right here. But if we play it through, see how ugly that is? That's a no-go. We don't want that. It looks bad. It doesn't look smooth. It doesn't look professional. And there's one quick fix. I select the keyframes. I hit F9 to convert them to Easy Ease, or you can go to Keyframe Assistant and then select Easy Ease. And then what I do is I go into the graph editor and I take these handlebars and I just drag them across like that to create this little S. And if we play it through now, check out how smooth that is. And then the last thing I can do is enable motion blur and check motion blur for that box. And there you go. Now it's looking really, really smooth. The other thing that I do inside of After Effects is I use some presets. I'll link a few of my favorite preset packs down below for you guys to purchase if you'd like. Now, I'm not gonna lie, using presets is super key for my videos. Being able to add motion graphics with just the click of my finger is so key, and it just really helps me to pump out videos. So like I said, I'll link a couple of those down below if you guys want to check them out. The next thing I do for my YouTube videos is I go through and I just find different spots to add in motion graphics. The last thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is add in some sound effects. Now, sound effects are super key for a lot of different reasons, so I always make sure I go through my videos and add them wherever I can. Sometimes I don't have time to do a full-on sound design for my entire video. I'm on a time crunch, and as Peter McKinnon would say, done is better than perfect, so sometimes I have to push out a video, and sound design for me is the first thing to go. But if I have the time, I'll try to put in some sound effects to go along with the motion graphics or just sort of build up the hype of the video. I use a lot of sound effects like this, which are referred to as risers, and I use them a lot to just build up excitement in my videos. So I'll go ahead and add one of my favorite risers from Epidemic Sounds. Metallic riser is one of my favorites, so I'll just go ahead and download that. I'll drag it into my timeline, and there we go. Now we've got a nice riser between these two clips. So there you guys have it. That is my workflow for editing my YouTube videos. I do my rough cut, then I add music, I beef up the intro, add motion graphics, and if I have the time, I do sound effects. Knowing exactly what I'm gonna do every time I sit down at the computer is just so key. I can't stress enough the importance of putting out a lot of videos on YouTube if you wanna grow. I was just looking back the other day, I had this channel pop up in my recommended feed, and it was videos from a couple years ago of a young YouTuber who I watched at the beginning who had so much potential, and if he had just kept posting for the past couple of years, I think he probably would have been huge by now, but sadly he stopped posting consistently and his channel has not grown very much at all. It genuinely saddens me when I see people with so much potential on YouTube who just don't follow through with a consistent upload schedule on YouTube. Uploading consistently is the #1 thing you can do to get subscribers on YouTube, to get views, to build an audience, and everything like that. So that is why I can't stress enough how important it is to have a workflow for your videos. Anyways, guys, I hope you found this video illuminating. Thank you so much for watching it. Let me know what your workflows that you use are down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.